Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and I'm making a pot roast today, and you folks on the live stream said you wanted to see it, so here we go. Yay, my camera's working again. Okay, so first we want to get our vegetables ready. This really works, by the way, folks. Lettuce and celery stays beautifully crunchy once you cut the bottoms off, and then you just roll it up into the tin foil. It keeps it fresh. It works with lettuce too, apparently. Okay. Whoops. Actually, I should have got 2 pieces of that. But they're going to go into the strainer. And let's do our carrots next. 1, 2, 3. This may not fit in this little roasting pan. This may not fit in my Dutch oven. We'll see. Let's first get the bottoms and the tops cut off. And let's peel. I love making this meal because it's so simple that it takes less than 10 minutes to prepare. Am I going to make an air fryer Yorkshire pudding? Maybe. Maybe. But this is going in the oven. So maybe we'll do a Yorkshire pudding. Yeah, I think we'll do a full-size Yorkshire pudding. Maybe we'll have leftovers for tomorrow night. Okay. Now Howard is more of a fan of roast potatoes than he is. There's a little gray spot there. What is that? I think it's where they want to start sprouting, but obviously these have been sprayed. And I'm going to leave these whole. Okay, let's cut them in half. Just half. I'll leave this little guy whole. Potatoes. I used to have one of those rotatos. What a piece of crap. They work well for a little while and then they're just gone. All right, let me rinse these and get rid of these, and I will be right back. And before it gets too hot, I'm going to paint the olive oil up the sides so that the potatoes don't stick against the sides as much. I'm going to throw in about a half a tablespoon of butter. And here's our veg. I've got to go, here's our roast. These were 15 bucks, and look at the absolute amount of fat in them. They're either going to be extremely tender or very little meat. Sear. Yes, my hands are clean. Flip it over. Make sure you get that oil and butter all around there so it doesn't stick. Now we're going to do the sides. We're just going to roll. Oh, I missed a side right there. Now let's turn this off. And our roast is nicely seared. I want to get the bottom really seared so I can flip it over. There we go. Now this is turned off. And just to be safe, we're going to take our butter and up the sides here. And then in go the veg. I like them sorted out, kind of. Papa's onion. Beef juice. And there's our oven telling us it's time. And in the oven, this goes, oh, I hope you could see that. In the oven, this goes for about an hour and a half. Okay, supper should be done, but I'm not going to open it. Yet, because I want the heat, keep the steam in there. And I'm going to turn my oven up to 400, and I'm going to put together your Yorkshire pud. So as soon as I got the Yorkshire pudding ready to go in the oven, I can take the lid off, sort our veg, and make our gravy. Okay, first things first, normally you would put meat drippings from the roast, but I'm just going to use what I call country butter, which is strained bacon grease, leftover lard, that kind of thing. So that's going into the 400-degree oven so that will get piping hot. You've seen me make these before, but I might make dessert too. So we'll see. Let's start. Let's get our whippiter-dipiter out there. And we need 4 eggs to start. I really shouldn't hit it on the side of the bowl. Because you risk getting shells in there. 1 cup of flour. Let's see where we are with this. And 1 cup of milk. 4 large eggs makes a cup. Now let's whip these eggs. Move our flour for a minute. I really want to give them a good whip. Then goes in the salt and the flour and the milk. You can put baking powder in if you want, but with that amount of eggs, you don't need it. Now don't put these away, because we're going to need them. We're going to make dessert. Okay, let's get our Yorkshire pud pan out of the oven. Now this is what you want, folks. You want that sizzling. You want that if you drop, well, that's not sizzling, is it? Well, it's hot enough. We're going to pour this in here. And let's hope it doesn't stick. But I've got to get it into the oven. Okay. Now, using the same bowl, I'm going to put 2 eggs. I did this backwards because this is not a whole lot different. Here's my baking powder. I've got a cup and a cup and a quarter of sugar, a cup and a half of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just taking the sugar off the top to get beaten in with the eggs. I don't have to take all the sugar. I just didn't want to get out another bowl. And we're going to put in, I'm going to say a quarter pound of butter, not even a quarter, an eighth of a pound of butter, half a stick, say. And we're going to beat this together. And there's still lots of sugar on the top here, so I'm just going to do that. There. All right. Now we're going to start alternating flour. Whoa! And the milk with the vanilla in it. I think my cake pan may be too small for this. We'll see. Okay. This cake pan may be a trifle small, but we'll see. Okay. Into the pan this goes. Just like that. I always surprise myself. Okay, the cake pan fit. Milk chocolate chips all over the top. You can put them inside if you want, but this just makes it look like we have lots of goodies and chocolate, right? So as soon as the Yorkshire pudding comes out of the oven, I will turn the oven down to 350 degrees and pop in the cake. We're going to take, am I still recording? Yes. We're going to take the lid off of this. I didn't want to let all the steam out, so, oh yeah! Looky there, looky there! My cousin Donna got me these dishes, these ones, at a St. Vincent de Paul store. Okay, now we're going to start with the, oh, look at Papa's onion. The vegetables are going to go in here, in the bowl. Let's get this little pot roast out. Ooh, doughy. I probably could have put all the vegetables on the same platter with the roast, but oops, firing stuff all over the place. Veg. Roast. Now, we're going to turn this on. Once this gets bubbling, oh, it's a piece of potato. Cold water, flour. I forgot to season the roast. I just seared it and put it in the oven. I had an attack of some-timers, I guess. Okay. And boom. Yeah. There we go. Now I'm going to turn this off. And add some boiling water. I'm hoping we'll get 2 meals out of this roast. We'll just let that cool down and do its thing. Well, you know what, folks? It's such a tiny roast. I am not going to tell Howie he can't have seconds. So, okay, let's make up Papa's plate while we wait for the Yorkshire pudding. Oh, God, I can't pick anything up. I'm dropping everything today. Go. Couple of nice taties. Smash these down. He likes them smashed down. A little bit of butter, some carrots, his onion, there, a piece of celery. Now we just gotta, whoops, and let's get that Yorkie out of the oven.
You cooked the dog.
No, I didn't cook a dog. Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, okay.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. All right. Look at that. Now I'm going to turn my oven down to 350. Timer clear off. Bake 350. And the cake goes in. 25-35 minutes. Everything's about timing, isn't it? I'm going to say 45 minutes for the cake. Piece of Yorkshire. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's stuck to the bottom. It's stuck to the bottom. That's because that's what happens if the oil isn't popping in the bottom of your pan. Look at that. Oh. Look at your dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a chocolate chip cake in the oven.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mister, you're starting to sound like Mr. Clampett. All right. Go sit down. Did you wash? Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Fit for a king.
That's because you are my king.
Yeah.
We'll take this to Howard as soon as he sits down, and we'll see what he says about that. Who?
Ray, when he built my transmission, he gave me this fancy VP transmission fluid that I can't find anywhere.
Oh.
So he told me that it's Valvoline Max Life will
work. Okay.
Anyway,
You started eating already.
Yeah, that piece of celery enticed me.
I love roasted veg with the when it's roasted with the meat. Did you get your onion? There's your onion on.
Right there.
Yeah. Taste the Yorkshire pudding, because it fell in the center, so it might be spongy in the center.
What you just make the gravy pot.
And this is not going to be made into 2 meals. You can have seconds if you want. Since we're going to the track this,
Tasty, a little spongy,
little spongy in the center.
but that's okay.
Now try the meat. That's that cheap 15. Well, I can't call it cheap, but let me know if it cooked up tender enough.
Tender. Beauties.
Awesome. This is your Sunday dinner because we're going to be at the track this weekend.
Yeah, Sunday dinner at the track's usually sausages or
Hot dogs or hamburgers.
dogs or hamburgers.
Yep.
Uh,
We'll take a couple of steaks with us.
What's Gracie think?
Well, you know what? She's not even going to taste that.
What do you think?
Yum, yum. Is that good, Nums? Yeah. Thank you, darling. There you go. 2 thumbs up from Papa and a from Gracie. Okay, the timer is about to go off on our cake, and there it is. It's got to cool. Yeah, that's beautiful. So now we have dessert, which we could have with a little bit of whipped cream if we want. And we have snacks for the weekend as well. Yay! This is Mrs. Volpe from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, sorry folks, it's just one video. Dinner and dessert. Take care, God bless.